Every once in a while, the Go Rhody Podcast has that one special guest, whether it's a Tyson Whale or a Silk Owens or Thor Bourne. Well, today we have AJ Pena. How did I pronounce that, AJ? I'm a Miami guy. I have a little practice
You
with that.
pronounced that.
Did I do well
You
with
pronounced that very well. Shockingly, that's awesome right there.
Shockingly, yes. Well, you are one of those people, and I did a little research today, and I was wondering, are you the greatest of all time defensive player at Rhode
Ooh,
Island? And I found it
I
to
mean,
be, I said yes from my research. Because you know why? You're SW. You know what SW is? You
I
just know why
mean,
you're going to know that. One of your fans said that you should have a statue. You're statue worthy. That's a pretty big thing.
yeah,
I wish you could read all of the things that
I
people
mean,
say.
oof.
They love you, man.
Mm.
So you meant
I
so
see
much to
things.
them.
I see things very briefly. I see things
Hmm.
very briefly. Don't think I pass it by. I always see a little bit of love, but I never seen the whole statue thing. The statue thing is pretty
I
new, you know.
I know, but there's others too. But that one I had to go by first. When someone wants a statue of someone, I'm just happy when we retire numbers. That's a big deal. We're finally doing that. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on for you right now, and when I
Hmm.
said you are the greatest, I came from a great era, the Earhart era. There was a guy named Tony
Hmm.
Hill, and then
Hmm.
Darren Izzy and others. But statistically, and where you came from, I don't know too many players that went from FBS to FCS like you did. And I want to talk to you about that too. What was your
Hmm.
decision to come back to Rhode Island? And it's really now we're hearing more news. And I was watching that video of your
Hmm.
QB and
Hmm.
Marcus saying they're coming back again. Is it the
Hmm.
coach that makes you feel like the right
Well,
Devin
to be
or
honest, to be honest with you, the love for the state of Rhode Island and the love for the coaches and the loyalty that I have towards the coaches, right? I know I obviously I hit the transfer portal, right? But that was for myself to. I wanted to figure out, right, if I needed to be in a spot that was same exact as Rhode Island, just in a higher spotlight. And for
Mhm.
myself being an undersized guy, right, like it's huge for me, right? And I know numbers are important, production, right, schematics, and the system in which you're in is just very important to produce, right? And it's a produce business, the NFL and these professional teams, right? Um, like I guess there was a lot of unfortunate things that happened, right? The D-line coach left 2 days before I got there. He went to New Mexico State.
I didn't know
The
that.
defense, yeah, he went to he took a defensive coordinator job, and um, I got another coach there, right? And the scheme wasn't just for me. It was like I wouldn't have done that decision if I really didn't feel like it was a good decision, right? I trust my intuition, and but I made a mistake, right? And I learned, right? And, um, I had all the offers out the portal, but I wasn't gonna go to another school and try to do all this. I wanted to come back home where I rightfully belonged, and I was at the University of Rhode Island because they allowed me to showcase my abilities, and the people care, right? You guys care so much about me, right? I'm an only child, right? So whenever I can get love and people that believe in me, I'm gonna go all in for them, right? And that's what I tried to show for my fans and the people around and everybody to see, right? I know you see numbers and we hear about the greatest defensive player, right? Yeah, I wouldn't. I love legacy and everything like that, but that's all for you guys to talk about. And you know what I mean? I'm not going to say, obviously, you know how I feel. I feel like I'm the greatest, right? But that's for you guys. That's for everybody else to decide. And the numbers, I'm a numbers guy. Numbers speak for themselves. You know what I mean? And like I said, my teammates definitely Marquis, Devin Farrell, and the team and the pieces we had together. All that they needed was that the edge, right? Your edge rusher to come. That's what everybody needed.
Let's talk about Memphis. They were ranked 21st, so it's a really good school. It wasn't just
Yes,
saying, "Okay, I'm at an FBS school and that's it." You were at a very good
yeah. So
competitive.
if you saw my offers, right? I had BC, Nebraska, the whole list on the East
Wow,
Coast, right? And
that's
like,
incredible.
and I was looking for the fit for me, right? And right, I wasn't looking for Memphis as a rugged city, right? I was thinking like it was the culture, and
Hmm.
the talks I had with Ryan Silverfield and them wanting to get past 8 wins and having that rusher, right? And them looking me in my eyes and telling me every single, like, you're our guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously there's money involved and everything like that, right? Because it's the reality of the game, right? It definitely was a huge shift, but I knew the decision was easy. Like, I mean, it definitely helped me during that time in summer, being around the guys all summer and them we just working hard in summer, right? Going to the sand pit, working in our drills. And that was the little things we did to build the whole thing this year, right? And it was very exciting.
And you had lofty goals. You truly believed you could win it all. That's what you said.
Yeah,
And
yeah. And
you didn't win it all, but
mhm,
you did match the year before pretty closely. And then your numbers, you were all American.
yeah.
Yeah, the last guy was all American,
So
1994, Darren Rissy, who's probably going to be a
mm,
head coach very soon somewhere.
I got the CAA Defensive Player of the Year too this year, so I was very happy with that. I wanted
Nice.
that Buck Buchanan so bad, but I know the whole
Yeah.
politics behind. You already know how some of these guys feel about Rhode Island and the different things. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah, of
like,
course.
but it's okay, right? At the end of the day,
Hmm.
right? We'll see soon, right?
Someone who
Everything.
didn't forget you was the Hula Bowl. No
Yep.
longer in Hawaii. I thought it was a mistake. It was a typo when I was looking at it. So how did that go for you? That's a big deal.
Oh, it was awesome, right? Here with man, I was with my team with John Gruden, and it was so
Yeah.
I was in football heaven. When I mean football heaven, I literally mean that. I mean, I'm seeing Jack Del Rio, John Fox. John Fox is my DC. Jack Del Rio, my LB's coach, and then I got my D line coach. He's been with the Panthers. He was with, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm such a child to this game, and they're simplifying all these things that I have in my head, and they're just so pro player at the same time. You think like they want to compete, they still have that same like edge that they had when they were younger, and like it's so amazing to see, right? I was definitely talking a little smack to John Gruden because he talks all that little smack, but
Yeah.
he has a knack for the game that's just different, and I feel like it's so infectious to be around, and I'm so blessed for the opportunity to be around that staff. So,
You're such an intense guy. I could see on the field, but you're doing an interview right now and you have so much energy and enthusiasm. I could tell how excited you are about that and the same way you are before you start a game, that a big game or any game. So that's
yeah,
going for you. I didn't realize that, and it's showing to everyone now who you are, which is very important.
yeah,
We all want to know you besides what you do on the field. And these days, players leave and we don't have them very long and they get attached. How were your first couple of years at Rhode Island? I know high school was tough. You were a dominant player in high school too.
yeah. Somerville High School.
Somerville, sorry,
Yeah,
Somerville.
Somerville, New Jersey. Yeah, so I didn't have right the best recruitment right coming out, but I always had that high motor. I was a tweener, right? People believe
Yeah,
it or not, right? I played both sides. I was a right tackle when I was a defensive end in an air raid offense in high school, right? So, right, they couldn't really see probably scouting. They couldn't really see what I was doing. I was going out there. I promise you can pull up them tapes, and you can see like, wow, like how whatever, right? That's all. But I'm telling you, I was pancaking people left and right, like just a motor. Like people are gonna say something about the competition, but it's like at the end of the day, I can't control who I play, right? I'm just
yeah.
going against the people who I'm going against, right?
We're talking about Milford. Was that a tough time? You're in New York State, away from family, and
Oh, it was definitely a tough time, right? It was ISO'd away. Like you truly are there to really analyze if you love ball, right? But also, right, it's an
yeah,
opportunity for you to get a little heads up in your grades too if you need it. I didn't have like I had like a low G, I had like a 2.4. I mean that's pretty low, right? So I mean it
yeah,
kind of
you're
helped like
in my ballpark.
it
You know
got
how it
me up.
feels.
I mean the boosting of the grades got me up to a 2.6, 2.7, so it
Yeah,
was enough, right? And then right, I was actually doing better in college and school, right? So that's
yeah.
just me just growing up, right? And I feel like that's very important too, right? But back to the earlier years in college that you were saying, right? Like that transition was definitely hard. But yeah, definitely in those first 2 years, it was definitely it was definitely a hard transition. Right? That's one of the things that he told me that stuck with me. He said, "Right now, AJ, you're a one-dimensional football player. You can just rush the quarterback. How great do you really want to be?"
Oh,
You need to be just as good in the pass rush as you are in the run and in the coverage. And that those words ate at me, and they kept that in it, and that was something that kept with me.
what was
Yeah,
the moment that you realized you were that person and that player?
Stony Brook, uh, sophomore year.
Yeah.
It was a deep over. They ran cross country, and it was a curl flat. I was in the curl flat, but I ran 30 yards downfield to cover the deep over in Stony Brook from
Wow.
all the way from the boundary. He's on the field side.
Well, now, the draft was a tough one. The high school going into it was a COVID year, so it's almost like you had two and one.
Yeah,
Two years of players in one draft. So like,
yeah. So ironically, I was 17, right? So the whole post grad thing just worked out ironically, right? So
hmm
right. The whole COVID thing honestly was the biggest thing that I honestly needed because the training and the development that I took, that whole COVID, I know was supposed to be uh, indoors. You weren't supposed to go. It was quarantine, right? But I
yeah,
was definitely sneaking out a lot to get work
yeah,
in and training. And I feel like I elevated during that because I took a stride with my speed coach, Joe Porter, um, big Rutgers guy, track. You can look up his name. He has a lot of records in Rutgers. Um, he was a big and crucial part of my development. Obviously, there's I have to do things like with my work ethic, but sometimes there's stuff that I need from other people to help me succeed, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. We can't do it on our own sometimes. Sometimes we gotta ask for help.
Tammy
Hmm.
Reese was telling me about that. Maybe
Hmm.
I'll skip to that because that's kind of fun. You played against the women, and
Oh yeah. Oh, we
they
was
love
getting
that.
runs.
You're a
We
recruiting
ran a
tool.
lot. We ran a lot. Let me tell you, we did that. The girls we were playing games to 50 minutes, 0-0, game over at 50. We played the 50 minutes and going against them, getting myself back in shape, me and Devin. I mean, it was, we were hooping, right? But we were going against them and we were really trying. We were really giving work. And we knew that the women's team was going to be special. Brooklyn, I remember
Yeah.
guarding her. I remember I had to get in my A game. I had to get in my bag with her. I had to hit her with
Wow.
the 1-2, trying to, and we're battling for rebounds. But at the end of the day, it's just competitors trying to just play hard, right? We playing ball, right? You know what I'm saying? And I was very blessed to get that experience with them. And it's no question in my mind on like why they're so good now. Because I promise you, lining up against them, we had to bring it. Devin, we had to. I listen, Inez, she presses. I know you can probably see her in the games, but
Yeah.
she was doing that all day, right? We had to set screens, I know I'm a big guy. The pick and roll, me and Dev slips, we were doing it all. But they were fantastic, like I said, and it was awesome. I had a great time with them.
But it's just such a great opportunity for them. I know, but the way I'm hearing it from you, it was a great opportunity for you too. So you're a very humble guy when it comes to that.
No, absolutely. I mean, I can't lie to you. They. The thing is, right? The difference is right with that is that when they get tired, their forming is still the same. They still have the same form because they train that. When we're tired, it looks like you know what I mean? A whole
Yeah.
different. It's like we shouldn't even be playing basketball, right? And it just shows like no matter what, right? Obviously, we're guys and they're females and we're playing, but it's like I couldn't tell. I thought I was playing some dudes out there. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's what they bring. They're competitors. Like I said, Amir, all of them just play hard. They're not just gonna let you because you're it's somebody else, a guy going against them, right?
Yeah.
So that's important. Like it doesn't matter. Like strap up. Like you know what I'm saying? Guard up 1-on-1, regardless of who it is. So if you gotta foul me, you gotta foul me. I'm not listen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call a call because I'm a physical dude, right? So I'm
Yeah.
never gonna call. I get the rebound, I go up. I'm not like a crazy dribbler. I get the rebounds, drop, assist to the guys, the scorers, set screens, and let them do their thing off dribble. So
You guys have some hoopers on your team, Devin, Marquis. Who's the better hooper
mm-hmm.
between those two? And we'll throw you in too. It's close, huh?
Ooh-wee. Wow, you throwing me under the bus here, right here. Oh
Maybe you
man,
could say they're this even.
uh,
And
um, hmm.
But they were well regarded.
I would say Devin.
Ooh,
Devin.
okay.
And
Her phone's gonna blow up from Marquis right after this.
I haven't listened. I've just been against Devin, so I really haven't. I've seen clips of Keys doing this thing and athleticism, but I'm saying like I like a guard. I like a guard who can because he can dribble off dribble, on dribble, shoot, but also pass and be a facilitator, right? And I feel like that's very important, right? I like playing against a John. I want a John Stockton at my point guard. To be honest,
Yeah.
I'm really an old head, really for real. And I know I'm 22, but I like the old school basketball.
Yeah.
That's the type of player I am, you know. So I'm a fundamentalist. Everybody knocks me for it, but you gotta, what's the first thing you work on as a basketball player? The fundamentals. If you don't have that mastered, what are you doing? If
Yeah.
you don't have your drop step, if you don't have your post, your dream shake, the original, you gotta have that, you know. And I know I'm a football player saying that, but
It's the
that's me.
same in a way, isn't
You
it?
know, it is. The fundamentals, me, get off, striking, same things, just
Yeah.
different, right? So
What about the two teams? Which was the better team of the two? I'm giving you all these tough questions. 24 or 25.
ooh,
Doing
24,
really well too.
25. Ooh. Oh man. Overall, you say defensively or
I would say
offensively?
overall, but you could break it down any way you want. This is just excellent information that we're not
Mm,
getting, and this is what
yeah,
the fans eat up.
yeah.
Hard to swim. What you're telling me is it was very close between the two.
Because you got to realize that 24 defense was different, but this
Yeah.
offense is different. Like if I could somehow merge that 24 defense with that
Cut and
25
paste.
offense, we
Sure.
talk about that, we talk about that natty. And you know what I mean? And that's just, you know what I mean? But like I said, I think I'm gonna say this is tough. I'm telling you, I'm really thinking about this heavy because it's a Yankee game for both teams. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
It's hard to say. There's
uh,
cases
uh,
like that.
but an offense that's able to score, like you got to do that. Like you. Oh God, I can't. That 24 defense, I just can't. Like it was incredible. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I gotta say, and I gotta say it, but I'm gonna put that 25 team. I'm gonna say the 25 team,
That's interesting.
and the reason why, because of the leadership, right? I feel like I led that team. You know what I mean? And that offense being able to score like that with the pieces that we were able to do on defense. We were very young and our back was against the wall. No, you know what I mean? Obviously, we were favorites, but like we didn't have any depth. We didn't have any depth whatsoever. We lost a lot of guys early. We didn't have, you know what I mean? And the feeling that we had after every game, I played through so much battles and tribulations. You probably couldn't even tell this year. And to go through that and still win, you know, after the Brown game, right?
Yeah,
There's
that
two
was.
things. There's two things a team can do from that type of loss. One, they crumble, or two, they prevail. And
Hmm.
after that, me and Devin, right, we had leadership meetings and we made a pact literally to make sure that this would never happen again. Because the feeling of really losing like that to a team, the cup leaving Kingston,
Yeah.
you know, it was a heartbreaking thing to see Coach Flem, just sad about it. You know what I mean? And it was sad for me because I just felt like, and this is no disrespect to them, that team was a subpar team to us, period, end of story. And they had a great game plan,
Yeah.
right? But like I said, right, it happened and we won, you know? And you can look at the games of how we just started to it was a different trajectory from those games and a different growth that I hope people can tell from that
Oh, you can.
because
You know, the
it,
men's team was 10-1, cruising 2 years ago, and they lost to Brown. And if you go by the numbers and the stats, I think it was a turning point. I don't know how, but they had the game, and just like you guys did. But you went a different direction than they did. Nothing, not to fault them, but it's
But
easy
it's
to fall
leadership.
into it.
It's not about people because think a lot of people think coaches can do a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, yes, but like it takes the players. It takes players leadership to take it in their own hands,
Hmm.
right? And they have to force it amongst other men, right? And to lead them, they have to want to be led too. You know what I mean? Because right, everybody leads differently, right? You have to analyze. Not everybody responds to fiery feedback, or some people are just need like soft type of leader, like, oh, you're okay, like keep going. And some people just don't listen. Some people are just stubborn, right? So you have to have an analysis of that too. It's very important. And um, yeah,
And then you had tough losses to Mercer and UC Davis. What happened in those games? Was there parallels or completely different games? Or
I
so what
mean,
would you do
I think we can.
differently?
I think you know the Mercer game. If you really look at that game, I think you really know why. It was just we didn't have Devin Farrell in there. We
Yeah,
needed our
that's
QB.
true.
And I'm not gonna. Hunter Helms was a good player, absolutely, but we needed seven back there,
You're
and he
right.
was injured. He had a freaking ligament injury, and we know the world knows, and we get punts called back, and then there was a legal man downfield. All of a sudden, that was a crazy call during the time, and all those
Bringing
three
it back
touchdowns we're talking about,
now.
and then
Yeah.
we still gave the offense another chance to score with all that, and I just it was just so unfortunate, right? With the Mercer, but UC Davis on the other hand, right?
You were
Very
hyped
weird
up for
setting.
that one. I saw you. I was watching the game, and there was a moment where you really looked more than usual. There was one play where you were hyped up. You remember that one play? Announcers were talking
Oh, of
about you
course,
there. Yeah. What were you
yeah.
thinking then?
Oh man,
It was fun to
I'm always
watch.
th- I'm always thinking some wild stuff. I'm always in vigorous form, just when I'm
Yeah.
striking human beings because that's what I like. I know it sounds crazy, but I love imposing my will on other human beings, and it's because I just think it brings my edge. If you know what I mean, like when people talk smack to me, it just makes me,
Yeah.
it fuels me up more. It's the best. It's best you just close your mouth sometime. You know what I mean? Because it just gets me fired up. I love the game, but when you start talking a little bit, I'm already looking at the quarterback like it's a steak lunch. This is what I'll say. Right, with a team coming off a first round bye, right,
Yes.
it's very important for you to stop them before they get their groove back from when they were really getting their stuff going, right? And they were a little rusty, right? But you could slowly feel the momentum coming back with certain plays and just certain drive killers that just costed us. We were able to win through perseverance and adversity, and it took every person on that team to win this year. Every single one, all 105 players, right? And it's a team game at the end of the day, right? So, unfortunately, we lost. I left it all out there, right? And it was just a very tough experience, right, to go through that whole transition because I wanted to win and go on because we would have had it back at the crib. We would have had it back when
Illinois
we
State
won.
would have been the next one.
Yes, and I like us there. I'm still always saying I like us at the crib, but we're not there, and it's over now.
How do they look coming into this season?
Oh,
Do we
oh, I'm
have it
excited.
set? We have a
Oh
program
yeah,
now, don't we? We have the
oh,
culture.
absolutely. But I feel like the foundation in which it was built is still there, and I think that's what's going to make them successful.
Now, you were saying you were undersized as a player? I never heard that before.
Oh yeah, so like they say, I'm saying a tweener, right?
Tweener.
A tweener is like a kid, an athlete who's in a mix of two positions, but really they
Hmm.
can't figure it out. So it was like a defensive end, but like outside linebacker type
I
of, you know
see.
what I mean? So we couldn't figure that out, right? And yeah, I'm just considered a small edge rusher comparatively
Hmm.
to the dudes who are 6'5",
Hmm.
and being at the Hula Bowl, right? Like I said, as a small FCS prospect, it definitely was a great experience, and it's a huge experience because it's a big thing if you're in those events, right? Right. So, um,
How did that go
Trust me.
for you? Did you feel like you proved
Oh,
who you really are? Right.
absolutely, absolutely. Definitely a great opportunity for myself. I did a lot of good things against the guys I needed to go against. Right, a couple Florida State, Arkansas guys who were big, and I did really well with using my power. Right, because
Yeah.
right, they think I'm undersized. Right, but if I get into your chest as a leverage game, it's leverage. Game's all about leverage. Position was ball. Right, if I can get into your chest faster than you can touch me, it doesn't matter physics, right?
Yeah.
So
So you're a thinking man player besides just the athletic ability that you
you
have.
got to be, you have to be, because athleticism only gets you so far. When you know what I
Yeah.
mean, but it's going to turn to a game where it has to get, it's going to have to turn from checkers to chess. Very important, like I
So
said.
you feel your prospects of getting in the NFL is right there for you? You
I
feel,
mean, like I
I know
said,
it's
right,
hard, but
it's a hard thing, right? Everything changes needs and positions, but I feel good. You know, like I said, all I'm gonna do is run that pro day, and after that 40, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be right there. So, but the tape's out there, right? Everything's
yeah.
out there, right? There's nothing more I can do possibly but just continue to have talks like this with you and just grind and be a missile on pro day and be ready for camp or whatever team picks me up. So,
Well, I'm a pain in the ass with you. I kept going. I'm pretty persistent, aren't I, with this out just to
oh,
get
you
you here. I
say
have to tell you,
persistent, persistent. I remember that word right
I was
there.
playing head games with you a little bit. I was trying everything because that's how important it was. But you
Oh,
made my day
absolutely.
when you said,
You
"Hey,
made me
I'm
laugh
coming."
though. You made me laugh
Did
though.
I
Let me
really?
tell you, you made me laugh. Of course, I know I saw it. I was like, but that's me, right? I don't see it for because some people may look at it as like but I like doing that type of stuff too. So it's funny that you did that.
Yeah, for our fans, AJ said he was coming on, and it took a long time, but he's a man of his word, and that means a lot. Not
I just
just,
finished everything. I said I needed to finish everything before
yeah,
you know what I mean? I literally am, so
I was giving you a little Jewish guilt too. I was saying, hey, I could just do it myself without you. And then once I said that, you were like, I'm coming on. I was just do a tape and I'll put it on there. I'm like, I could tell you were like, no way, I'm coming on. And I just think the world of people that when they say they're going to do something, and there's plenty of guests that have not done that, and I'm not going to mention names, but when you do, it shows that it's going to come for you in the NFL because it shows that you have something, a core to yourself, and it just makes a difference, and you'll see it.
hmm
There's something more to you.
absolutely.
Yeah, there's a fiber of you, a strength that others won't see. But it was great to have you here today, and the fans are going to love it. And we'll look back. I'll say this. I think the most intense guest was probably Tammy Reese. But you're giving her a run for the money. I know she'll be watching this. You're a very intense guy here,
I know
and
before listen, I'm telling you, I'm
you're
excited.
just.
Listen, I want to go play ball right now. I'm just
I
telling you right
know.
now. I'm ready to go play ball, dribble basketballs, go run through off the edge. I'm a sports fanatic too. I love sports. I'm a big WWE guy. I know you probably seen fanatics post me with WWE and me doing Triple H or something like that.
Yeah, I
But
didn't know that.
that's the person I am. Yeah, yeah. You can look on my page; it's up there too. But I love sports, but I'm just being me. I promise. I'm not being nobody else but me. I promise you, I'm just being me. I care about people. I care about people's emotions. I'm not a tyrant or anything like that. I just want to win, protect myself, and just help people out, right? And I owe this stuff to the fans to give back to talk about these things, right? Just briefly, right? Because just to get me to know me, right? Everybody sees me flexing and doing all these different things, but I'm actually a good person, right? So,
Yeah.
um,
Oh,
what's
this was
important?
great, AJ. And I just want to tell you that we're all pulling for you, and just keep on doing what you're doing. But you're a
Mm,
legend here at Rhode Island. Your name is right,
mm,
number one
wow.
defensive player. And now I know you as a person, and that's equally a great thing because you have a great personality. So I always end it by
Mm.
saying, when it comes to Rhody football, it's always go AJ. I mean, Go Rhody. Sorry about that. I made a mistake there. And we'll stay in touch. And I'm going to be watching everything. We all are. We love you, AJ. So
I love you
you're
guys
going to
too.
make us proud.
Thank you. Oh,
Thanks
I will.
for coming
Trust me.
on.
Thank you
Putting
so
up with
much.
all my BS. Right?
Trust me, I got you. I'm glad we
Yeah.
got this done. Thank you. Have a
Okay.
good one.
Thank you. Have a great night. And we'll be watching.